Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about how to create a website. This is the first video where I'll talk about design principles to help you communicate your ideas. The second video will be a how-to. So where do we start? First, let's look at our goals. Our goal is not to make a pretty website. It's also not to learn website design. This will be very simple. You're not going to need to learn any coding. The goal is to present carefully selected information about the problem, your solution, and why it is an effective and appropriate solution. This demonstrates a thorough understanding of your topic, and you can synthesize your research findings here and develop your communication skills and collaborate with your team. These are all learning outcomes for this course, and they're important parts of this project. Synthesize means to combine different ideas or things to make a whole that is new and different from the separate parts. So you're synthesizing your research findings by putting all of your research together. So let's look at my presentation outline categories. You've got your outline, and this is where you're going to start thinking about your website. First, I've got my background on Noma, everything about the disease I've learned from my research. Then the current situation in northwestern Nigeria, that's about the people, the target community. And my charity's approach, this is my solution, all the different parts of that. My expected outcomes and impact, what I think will happen when I carry out my plan. My sustainability and scalability plan, what I think I will do in the future if everything works out well. And my call to action, that's where I'm going to be explaining what I need to carry out my plan and asking for the help I need. So let's look at this website organization. My website pages are going to be different from my outline, but it's going to be keeping the same information. My pages are going to look like this: About Us. That's going to be all about my charity, the background on why we think this problem is important and solvable. What is Noma? This will be a page all about the disease, so all of my medical research will go here. Where we work will be about northwestern Nigeria and the target population there. Our impact, this is all of the parts of the plan for the solution. Get Involved will be a place where I explain why I need donations, what I need donated, and what resources I'll need to carry out my plan. Your website might have different pages. If you look around at different charity websites, you'll find they're all a little bit different. So first I need to gather my materials. The materials I might need would be text, images, charts, graphs, videos, references, maybe maps. All of this will be the main information on my website. And now let's look at some design principles. First, fonts. You need to choose your fonts carefully. Different fonts have different personalities, and different fonts will convey those personalities to someone visiting your website. You want to make sure that you think about the personality of your charity. Make important things big. Choose just 2 or 3 fonts. If you're using a template, a graphic designer has designed those fonts to work well together. That's a good idea. Make sure it's easy to read and a font that's not too complicated. Here is the name of my charity in a bunch of different fonts. I think you can see that they all have sort of different personalities. I need to choose one that goes with my idea. Be careful of this one. It's called Comic Sans. People have strong feelings about it. Many people think it should only be for kindergarten birthday party invitations. Color. Use color with a purpose. Color is not to just decorate your website, but it should carry meaning to the person who's looking at it. Use a strong contrast between the font and the background. Use just 2 or 3 colors consistently. That way all of the pages look like they work well together. So let's look at those colors. Here are some different colors and different meanings they have. And remember, these are different in different cultures. So you'll need to think about your culture, the target audience's culture, and the culture of the place where you're working. Those all need to go together. For example, white might mean cleanliness, purity, and simplicity in my culture, but in another culture, it's a color associated with death. Placement is something you need to think about when you're creating your design. Things at the top of the page get more attention. Move important things up to the top. Keep it clean and use blank spaces. Don't crowd everything together. Make sure there's some space on the page so that the information can breathe. Make it easy to navigate. Make sure that if you have got buttons or links, they're easy to find. For images, use high-quality images. They shouldn't be small, blurry images. Cite your image sources. You need to make sure that you're saying where you're getting these images and that you have the right to use them. Choose images for emotional impact. A picture is worth 1,000 words, so make sure that you're choosing your pictures well. And for the language, use clear, concise language. Not too many words. You want the minimum number of words to get your point across. Check for errors. There shouldn't be any. Your website should be perfect. Use titles and subtitles to organize the information. It should be easy to look at your page and tell where the major parts of information are. And think about telling a story. Storytelling is very powerful when you're trying to convince someone to give to a charity. Here are some examples of charity websites. See if you can spot some of the strategies we've been talking about. Now it's your turn. You've got some design principles and it's time to start putting your website together. Good luck!